Hi, everyone. My name is Sister Maria from the Center for Student Success, and this video is about time management and how good time management can help prevent stress and burnout. Time management is the process of organizing and planning how to divide your time between specific activities, whether they're academic related, work related, and also related to our personal commitments and responsibilities. Good time management enables you to work smarter, not harder, so that you can get more done in less time, even when time is tight and pressures are high. Failing to manage your time damages your effectiveness and causes stress. Time management can help us better manage tasks and meet deadlines. It helps to improve productivity and work quality. It decreases stress, helps to avoid burnout, and also increases well-being by allowing you to manage a juggle of multiple priorities while also striving towards balance and setting aside time for self-care. These are some of the time management skills that we'll cover today. The first is to stay organized and prioritization of tasks, which I'll talk about a little bit later. The next is setting clear goals. So for example, I take a graduate theology class that meets once a week, and I made it a goal for myself in the beginning of the semester to read at least one chapter a night so that I can keep up with our assignments and the class content. So that's like an example of a smart, clear goal that you may want to set for yourself when managing time. The next thing is strong communication skills, especially with coworkers, colleagues, fellow students, and professors. So for example, maybe you are working on a project or a specific task at work or in school. You may want to be clear with your fellow group mates or your coworkers about setting clear deadlines of when they need that specific task to be done. Next is effectively planning your day, week, month, and semester. We'll talk a little bit about that later. And lastly, we want to make sure that when you're managing your time, that you're setting aside time for self-care, for chilling, and helping to manage your stress positively. So again, one of the skills of time management is organization. So we recommend to find a tool that helps you stay organized and commit to using it. They only work as much as you put effort into it. Some suggestions are using a physical planner, using Google Suite, such as Google Calendar, Tasks, or Keep to keep you notified. Also, apps like the Insight app, Asana, or an elaborate sticky note system. It doesn't matter which organizational tool you use as long as you commit to it. A suggestion that we always recommend when you're juggling multiple things are even if you think you'll remember a due date or something you have to do at work, write it down anyway. If you're using software and technology, don't forget to set notifications, reminders, or alarms, and also input recurring events on your calendar. So for example, if you would like to put your class times on because they always meet at specific days and times every week, that may be helpful. And also if you have meetings that always happen on specific days and times, it's important to put those recurring events on your calendar as well. Another skill that we recommended was planning ahead. So at the beginning of every semester, we recommend for you to take time to write out all the deadlines for major projects, presentations, papers, and exams so you can anticipate those busy times of the semester and help to improve your productivity during those quieter periods of time and get ahead. We also recommend to include personal life events, so like birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, vacations, etc. Those are important too. So this allows you to plan your time so that you can avoid all-nighters, procrastination, and spread out time devoted to tasks. The next habit that we'd like to recommend are the prioritization of your to-do list. So this is the Covey time management grid. So in the first grid, it's writing down tasks that are urgent and important. So for example, maybe you need to prepare for a presentation tomorrow, or you need to prepare for a test that's in 2 days. Those are urgent and important. The next quadrant are things that are not urgent and they're also important. So for example, say you have a paper due in 2 weeks. So you may want to start outlining your paper now so that you don't have to worry about that later. The third quadrant are things that are urgent and maybe not as important. So for example, this could be going out for groceries and buying groceries. The fourth quadrant are things that are not urgent and not important. So for example, maybe catching up on your favorite TV show. So it's important when you're writing your to-do list to prioritize them as well. The next method of time management that we recommend is the Pomodoro method, which is a great study cycle to use. So for the Pomodoro method, they recommend setting aside a specific amount of time. The recommended time is 25 minutes where you can focus on a specific assignment or activity. The first step is to turn off all of your notifications, put your phone away, and find a good place where you can concentrate. The second thing is to, again, choose that recommended time period where you can dedicate solely on that specific assignment or project. Again, the recommended time is 25 minutes, but if 15 minutes work better for you or 30 minutes, you can adjust to your individual needs. The third step is to take a break after that time period is over. So scroll through social media, go for a quick walk and go outside or maybe chat with friends. And then you go back and repeat the cycle. Remember that if you're doing this for an extended period of time, to also take an extended break. So what we'd like for you to do is to pause this video so we can do this activity to audit your time. So the first step is to audit your time for the whole week. Write down what you did for each 30-minute or hour block and write in emojis or color codes, depending on your energy that's associated with each time block. So for example, in the morning, are you feeling well rested or maybe not so well rested? And then while you're doing your time audit for this week or for this past week, notice how you're spending your time without judgment. And at the end of the audit, reflect on how you spent your time for the week and where you had more energy versus where you had less energy. The second step is use the same blank time log to plan out your next week, so the future. You may want to focus and devote time to various tasks and responsibilities based off of your reflections from the first step and build in time for some of the strategies to beat burnout. For example, maybe go to sleep earlier, build in time for self-care and silence, etc. And at the end of the week, again, reflect on what went well, what didn't go well, and then commit to a routine and potentially check in on your time use. So I recommend for you to take a pause, do that audit for your first week, and then look forward to your second week. All right, welcome back. So again, in your time log, I hope that you paid attention to where your energy levels were and when it makes the most sense for you to do homework versus working out, for example. It's important to set your daily schedule to reflect your energy so that you can maximize your time and establish routines. So this is an example of a time audit. This person likes to work out, obviously eat breakfast, or maybe meditate or read before going to work. And then after work, they have class on Mondays and Wednesday evenings. So they use the Tuesday and Thursday evenings to catch up on homework and reading. And they also built in some time on Fridays for that self-care to spend time with friends and family. So that's all we have for now. These are some of the resources that we used for our presentation. I recommend for you to go to the Center for Student Success and Wellness websites, which have additional resources and organizational tools on time management. And I'd like to end by just saying, with time management, it's different. What worked for you maybe a year ago may be different from your needs now. So I would recommend what works for you now, keep on doing it. If things don't work, then stop doing it. We're always flexible and changing. And so do what works best for you at this time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.